how do you maximize your day? If you spent any amount of time with me, you'll know that I talk a lot about kind of how you use your day, how you set up your day, because I firmly believe one of the big differences between top performing salespeople and average performing salespeople is how they use their time and how you maximize the day. Because here's the whole thing. If we don't set ourselves up with a very defined process, the day will define us. The day still ends just like it would any other day, but it will have ended on the day's terms versus my terms. I want to make the most of each day. I'm going to go through with you 10 things that you can be doing to help you maximize the day. Number one, does the work I'll do today support my quarterly and annual objectives? It's so easy for us to get caught up in activities, to get caught up in meetings. Oh, I got to attend this meeting. I got to listen to this webinar. But it doesn't help me achieve my quarterly or annual objectives. Why? Why am I doing it? There may be things that you're doing. You might be cleaning up this or taking care of that. And is it helping me create revenue? Is it helping me achieve my goals? If it's not, why am I doing it? Challenge yourself on what you do. This is one of the single biggest things that average performers don't do a good job of that top performers do. Number two, am I clear on how I'm going to spend the first and last 30 minutes of the day? This is so key. How you start your day and how you're in the day. Absolutely key. And I'm talking here more about your work day. The first 30 minutes of work really kind of sets the tempo. You've already gone through your morning routine at home or before you've started work, but now this is the first 30 minutes of your work day. And are you focused on the top priorities? Are you focused on the highest thing? You know, I have that 10 a.m. rule. That 10 a.m. rule says that you want to accomplish something significant before 10 a.m. Because if you do, it's amazing how it changes your day. I kind of say maybe I should make it like, the first 30 minutes of the day. Yeah. And the last 30 minutes of the day is your ability to recap the day and then to begin setting plans for how you're going to spend the next day. I always say tomorrow begins today. And you do that by taking the last 30 minutes of the day and making sure everything's wrapped up from today and preparing for the next day. Number three, am I clear on my objectives for the day before it begins? Absolutely spot on. Because otherwise what happens is I'm going to get caught up just doing busy work. I'm going to get caught up in other stuff, but it's not going to be the stuff I need to get done. Make sure it lines up with your objectives. 4, have I blocked time on my calendar for the key activities I need to complete today? Oh, wow, it's amazing how people have these critical objectives they have to accomplish, but they never set aside time to do it. Well, I don't have time because I got to do this meeting. I got to attend this meeting. Well, hold it. Maybe I got to blow off that meeting. Maybe I got to find a way to attend that meeting, but at the same time, be working on something else. Be working on this. I've got to make sure that I structure the day that I get those key activities done. Number 5, have I structured the day to ensure I can maximize my customer-facing time? Customer-facing time. This is where you make your money, right? Am I going to have time to be customer-facing? What is this? This means that I'm actively engaged with them in an email conversation, or maybe it's a text thread that we're involved in right now, or I'm on the phone with them, I'm on a Zoom call, Teams call, or face-to-face, whatever it might be. But CFT is so critical. And remember, for you overachievers, I break CFT down 2 ways. One is for current customers, existing customer, and the other is for prospects. Ooh, yes. Hey, number 6, am I clear on which customer calls will be the most important ones? This is why I say every salesperson has to have their A list, B list, and C list. In other words, these are the A prospects I'm going after. These are the Bs, these are the Cs. And I never let go of my A's. If I have a limited time and I'm not going to be able to get all, 18 calls or 15 calls done, I'm at least going to get these A calls done. So I'm clear on which ones are the most important ones. Number 7, do I have a clear CTA, call to action, for each call I make today? In other words, if I am going to call somebody, am I clear? Am I clear on what I'm expecting? Am I clear on what I'm expecting from myself and from the person I'm calling? That what I'm going to ask and how I'm going to ask it. So I know how at the end of the call, I know how to evaluate as to whether or not I've been successful. Along with that CTA, it's really, what do I hope to learn from it? What's going to be the benefit? Yeah. Number 8, is my CRM system open and ready to be working it all day? One of the questions I love asking salespeople, is your CRM open right now on your computer? And it's amazing the number of salespeople I run into. No, it's not. And they'll say, oh, well, I update it once a week. I want your sales tool. I want your CRM to be a sales tool. I want you to be your favorite app, so to speak, on your phone. If you can put it on your phone, do it. But the whole idea is it's going to help you stay coordinated and focused. And I don't mean this for your CRM to hold you hostage. I want your CRM system to help guide you and direct you. Number 9, have I set my mind up to win today by ensuring there's zero negative baggage hanging around? In other words, there might be people in your life, they say, I just can't afford to spend time with them. I was talking to a person the other day and made the comment that whenever he sees a certain person in the office, those are the days he keeps his door closed because the person's just so negative. You've got to get the negative voices out of your day because they suck far more time out of you. There may be a phone call from a negative person, and you got to wrap that call up just as rapidly as possible and get rid of it because you don't have time for negative voices. Number 10, do I have time at the end of the day to evaluate my performance and to plan for tomorrow? This goes right back to what I talked about in terms of number 2. But it's critical that we listed something separately because I want to, at the end of the day, evaluate my day. I want to evaluate how I did, what did I accomplish, and what's my plan for tomorrow. Hey, what I've done is I've shared with you 10 ways that you can maximize your day. Why do I do this? Because I want you to be the most successful person you can. In fact, hey, I'm going to invite you to do 2 things. 1, check out Sales Logic Podcast. Every week I get to do this with my co-host, Meredith Elliott Powell. And we do this. In fact, it's interesting. We record this every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, regardless of where we are in the world. We do this because it's how we maximize the day. It's how we are focused and committed to win. And the other podcast is the Sales Hunter Podcast. That's where I share tips like this. And I also interview people on key sales topics. Hey, my name's Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. Thank you for allowing me to share with you. Great selling.